We've reached episode 10 of our series, The Summer I Turned Pretty. A bombshell of an episode awaits us. Let's dive into the details together. The Summer I Turned Pretty has always thrived on its ability to capture the delicate intersections of love, heartbreak, family, and personal growth. Season 3 has been no exception, and as the highly anticipated episode 10 trailer begins to circulate, fans are buzzing with emotions, theories, and passionate debates about where the story will go next. The tension in the love triangle between Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad has always been the beating heart of the show, but in this latest stretch of episodes, the stakes have risen higher than ever. The trailer makes it clear that the climax of Season 3 will not only reshape these relationships, but will also force the characters to confront truths about themselves, their futures, and the bonds they share. At the center of it all is Jeremiah's shocking decision to flee from his wedding, a moment that leaves Belly shattered, raises endless questions about his motivations, and reopens the possibility of a future between Belly and Conrad. The image of Jeremiah abandoning his wedding is one that fans have struggled to process. For much of the season, Jeremiah has been portrayed as committed, certain, and determined to build a life with Belly. The trailer's revelation that he disappears on the very day of the wedding, leaving Belly in her gown, is nothing short of heartbreaking. Viewers are left to ask, what could possibly drive Jeremiah to back out at the last moment? The immediate speculation is that his deep, unresolved rivalry with Conrad continues to shape his decisions, even when he tries to deny it. Beneath his confident declarations, Jeremiah has always carried insecurities about whether Belly truly loves him, or whether her heart has always belonged to Conrad. The act of leaving her at the altar suggests that when faced with the finality of marriage, Jeremiah could no longer ignore those doubts. His choice devastates Belly, humiliates her in front of friends and family, and sets in motion the emotional chaos that will define episode 10. Belly's emotional state in the wake of this betrayal is central to the trailer's impact. She is presented in her wedding dress, abandoned and heartbroken, forced to grapple with the fact that the man she trusted enough to marry has left her standing alone. The image itself is almost unbearable, a visual symbol of her shattered hopes and the fragility of her romantic journey throughout the series. Belly has always been torn between love and loyalty, between the safety Jeremiah provides and the deeper connection she feels with Conrad. The trailer hints that in episode 10, she will begin to reckon with the cost of those choices. Belly's strength has always been her ability to keep moving forward despite heartbreak, but this particular wound may take longer to heal. The narrative seems poised to give her space to process, reminding fans that recovery is not instantaneous. Belly's tears and subdued expression suggest that the finale will not immediately thrust her into Conrad's arms, but will instead show the realistic, messy path toward understanding herself and what she truly wants. Paris emerges as the new backdrop in this part of the story, a symbol of escape, but also of confrontation. The trailer and leaked footage strongly indicate that Belly will head to Paris following the wedding disaster. The choice is fitting. Paris, the city of romance, becomes the stage where the tangled relationships between Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad will play out in unexpected ways. The implication is that Jeremiah will also find his way to Paris, setting the scene for an inevitable conversation between the two. Images of Jeremiah running toward Belly in Paris hint that their story is not over, that despite his decision to abandon the wedding, he feels compelled to explain himself and perhaps fight for a second chance. Fans are divided over this prospect, some hoping for reconciliation, others insisting that Jeremiah's actions are unforgivable. Still, the fact that the trailer dedicates attention to this moment underscores that closure, or at least clarity, is necessary between them. Yet even as Jeremiah looms large, Conrad's presence in Paris changes everything. The trailer carefully suggests that Conrad will appear more prominently in the final act of Season 3, positioning him once again as a potential future for Belly. The hints are subtle but deliberate. Conrad is there, in the same city, his path crossing with Belly's at the precise moment when she is most vulnerable. Some leaks even suggest that Belly sees Conrad at the airport, a brief, surprising encounter that sets the tone for what's to come. Importantly, though, the trailer makes it clear that Belly will not immediately run into Conrad's arms. She has been hurt too deeply by Jeremiah's betrayal to simply leap into another romance. Instead, her interactions with Conrad in Paris appear to carry the weight of years of shared history, unspoken feelings, and unresolved longing. For fans who have always believed that Belly and Conrad are destined to end up together, this trailer feels like the ultimate vindication. The idea that the finale could end with Belly and Conrad finally finding each other again has reignited passionate discussions across the fandom. The complexity of the Belly-Conrad-Jeremiah triangle is what makes episode 10 so compelling. Belly is caught between two brothers, both of whom she has loved in different ways, both of whom have made mistakes, and both of whom represent possible futures. Jeremiah's decision to abandon the wedding may ultimately free Belly from a relationship that was built more on the desire for stability than on enduring passion. Conrad's return, meanwhile, offers the possibility of a love story that has always felt inevitable, even when it seemed impossible. But the trailer resists offering easy answers. It shows glimpses of conversations, longing glances, and emotional confrontations, leaving fans desperate to know what will finally be said, what choices will finally be made. This refusal to resolve the triangle until the very end is both frustrating and exhilarating, ensuring that episode 10 will be the emotional high point of the season. Parallel to this central storyline, the trailer also gives attention to Steven and Taylor, whose relationship has provided both comic relief and genuine romance throughout the season. Their flirtation has evolved into something deeper, but episode 8 complicated matters with unexpected twists that left fans unsure of their future. The trailer shows that their bond will continue to be tested in episode 10, with their interactions ranging from playful to serious. Viewers have invested in Steven and Taylor as a couple precisely because they represent a different kind of love story, less dramatic, perhaps, but just as meaningful. The hope is that amid the chaos of Belly's romantic turmoil, Steven and Taylor will find stability, offering the series a sense of balance. Their storyline also mirrors the broader theme of young love maturing into something lasting, a theme that resonates strongly with the audience. What makes the episode 10 trailer so effective is the way it heightens both excitement and uncertainty. Fans are eager to see how the season will end, but they are also nervous, knowing that heartbreak is inevitable for at least one character. The trailer teases enough to fuel speculation but withholds just enough to ensure that viewers will tune in. The central questions remain unresolved. Will Belly forgive Jeremiah for abandoning her? Will Conrad finally declare his love without hesitation? Will Belly choose herself, at least for now, instead of rushing into another relationship? And what role will Paris play in reshaping these characters' lives? Each of these questions has been dissected endlessly by fans, and the trailer only intensifies the debate. The broader context of the series also adds weight to this finale. The Summer I Turned Pretty is not just about romance. It is about growing up, about learning who you are, and about the bittersweet nature of change. Belly's journey reflects the universal experience of moving from adolescence into adulthood, of realizing that love is complicated and that sometimes the hardest choices are the ones that lead to growth. Jeremiah's decision to flee the wedding, while devastating, forces Belly to confront truths she might otherwise have ignored. Conrad's return forces her to reconsider the depth of her feelings and the importance of timing. Paris, with its beauty and distance from home, provides the space for reflection and renewal. Episode 10, therefore, is not just the climax of a love triangle, it is the culmination of a coming-of-age story. The fandom's reaction to the trailer has been intense. Social media is filled with fan edits, theories, and emotional posts, with viewers taking sides more fiercely than ever. Team Jeremiah and Team Conrad continue to debate, each side convinced that their chosen pairing is the one Belly truly deserves. The leaked scenes from Paris, which suggests that Jeremiah and Belly may finally end things for good, have only added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Conrad fans are bracing themselves for what they hope will be a long-awaited reunion, though even they acknowledge that Belly needs time to heal. The uncertainty is part of the allure. No one knows for sure how the finale will end, and that unpredictability keeps the anticipation alive. What do you guys think about this subject? I welcome your thoughts in the comments. For more such videos, you can subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and like our video. See you again. Goodbye.